Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Chris here. I thought I'd do a little review today of little equipment review called GearPods. This is GearPods tube. It's fairly new, come out, and thought I'd go with you over today and review some of this equipment and show you what it is, how it's used, and some other tests that we've done on it. I have a helper here today, MBarn ATL. He has a YouTube account also. We're kind of doing this a dual video here, so if you see somebody else in the video and hear somebody else talking, that's going to be it. So hang with me and we'll get through this. Well, I'll take these out of the packages, but right now what this is we have two different gear pods here, the tubes, and this is the holders. And I'll talk kind of real quick about these holders here. They're Cordura nylon. We have some lashing straps here, and they open on each end. We'll open up everything here in a second, and they each have a pocket right here on the side. And the one thing that we found about with this pocket is it's not gusseted, so it's really hard to really put anything in there. And we've got a little knife sharpener here we can kind of slide in there, and that's about the only thing we can get in that pocket with the pod itself in there, because it's, like I said, it's not gusseted. So
you also got to make sure which side. This is where the connectors are.
Okay.
So you got to make sure that if you got a shorter tube, you got them flip-flopped around.
And this particular setup here is the Starter Kit 3. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Starter Kit 3, and it's a 14-inch long,
14.5.
14.5 inches long. And they have, GearPods makes a smaller starter kit also. It's 9.5 inches.
9 inch.
9 inches long.
That's
So
the starter kit too.
So we'll take these out here and we'll kind of go over with them.
Go ahead while you're doing it. The only way you can get these tubes out is you sometimes have to take the stuff out of the pocket. I might not be talking loud enough, I don't know.
Apologize for the wind today. It's 37 degrees and wind's blowing at 17 miles an hour, so it's kind of a good review and a good test of this stuff since our hands are cold.
Mine are frozen.
Yeah. So you kind of have to twist it to kind of get it out, and once you get it out, this is what you have. You have three different tubes here. A 3-inch, which size is this again?
I can't remember. 6 inch.
6 inch.
That's a 4.5.
This is a 4.5 inch.
I think this is actually 3.5. They go 1.5, 3.5, 4.5, and 6.
And there's the other one. It's exactly the same. And we've got these loaded up here with different items in them, and we'll kind of go over some of the items and do some testing as well. Let's see, we'll start with this one here and show what we got in there.
This is actually the stove kit.
Okay, so GearPods makes a little stove, a little stove kit. It comes in a nice little package there.
Comes with 2 S-bit. I added an extra one for cooking. Now this kit here is the Hexagon, has the Hexagon stove in it also, which is the alcohol stove.
Okay, so you have a little alcohol stove there.
Or you can use this with the S-bit, which is right here. You can do it that way. Don't recommend it, but you can.
There's the little stove. We'll go over some stove testing and stuff here in a little bit. We'll continue on and show you what else is in these kits here. Also part of the stove here.
Hands are freezing.
Good time to be doing this. It's cold out here.
And I haven't tried these yet, but imagine this goes on just like this.
Some little stabilizer feet there. Kind of help stabilize the stove. And this component you can buy separately or as a kit. What he's done here is he's bought the two starter packs and kind of added most of his own gear in here. He did buy the stove here, as you see, and there's your little
the ring.
stabilizer feet, and a little ring goes on there, and you can put
this actually goes in here like this, and I'll pull out the mug here in a second.
If you want to use the alcohol, you can use it like that, or you can take that out and put a little Esbit tab in there and use the Esbit. And our middle ring, our middle unit in this particular model here.
Okay. This one you have to take both connectors off to be able to slide it up. It's a tight fit, as you can see here.
And we have a mug. And there's the mug, and the mug sits on the stove here.
Inside the mug you can also put other things.
And we've got a few little items inside the mug. Just put in here.
Slingshot, little water pouch, some
Aquamira tablets there.
Yeah, some wet fire.
And the mug just sits on this little stove. And it's got a little lid.
And all the things came off.
Yeah, well, our little stabilizers. Little stabilizers have came off here. Here's one of the things that we found about this. I'll go ahead and mention this.
Go ahead.
Is this the bottom of this mug here? See how it kind of protrudes out on the bottom? Well, if we set it down, it's real wobbly. And in the wind blowing, as it is right now, it just kind of blows it over.
Plus it's freezing.
And and it's cold. That's one of the downfalls that we found so far.
Okay.
About that. You're going to set that to the side, and we'll go over the other little thing really quick. And what you got in the other one?
Okay.
Just, like I said, we'll go over the stove test here in a few minutes. We'll show you what's in the other stuff. In this other compartment here,
this is actually all my coffee, sugar, toilet paper.
Like a little food packet in there.
It's actually MRE stuff.
MRE toilet paper, some coffees.
There's some wipes in there, some candy, sugars, salt, some seasoning stuff.
You see, he's got a lot of stuff. Got a lot of stuff in this little 4.5-inch tall container here, and he used that as his food packet in this particular kit. So, in this module here, we have the stove. So for cooking, we've got food, and in the top, we had the stove. So this is like the food and cooking setup that he has his setup here.
I was going to put tea bags in there, but I really don't like tea.
He's a coffee drinker.
Yeah, big time.
He likes coffee. Another little thing, let's see, he's putting that back in there. What we found here is the tops, these lids. Sometimes they don't want to go on very well when you pack that stuff full.
Yeah, here's the...
We seem to think that they need to be a little bit thicker or something, but you know, they go on.
Actually, when I was packing, I had actually put a beanie hat in there to pack it solid. And what was happening was it was pushing up, and then you didn't get a proper seal here. They're working on a new seal system for these lids. These are actually called terminators. This part's called the terminator. The centerpiece is called the unit, and these are called connectors.
And they do have O-ring seals in them.
Yeah, let me take this back off. And I have done water tests on these, and if you're in a rainstorm, it'll keep the items dry pretty well. Plus you got the cover out over here that'll go on the outside.
However, for the submersion test that he tested it in, what happened with the submersion test?
I had a little bit of leaks on the outside. Actually, here's a good way to, I had leaks on these two ends, but not in the center. I put some Vaseline on the O-rings. One did stop leaking, the other one didn't. Talked to Gear Pods. Gear Pods is coming out with a new seal system. Okay. They are having a little bit of problems production-wise too. It's taking too much time, so hopefully they'll have a correction in a couple of weeks on that.
Alright, I'm going to stop this video here. We'll go into part 2, and we'll show you what's in this other pod and some other stuff here. Hang with me.